Alright. Alright then. Hello everybody. I'm a little tired. I just wanted to do a little live stream, just sort of life update and a little review on the debate with Peter Diamond and a SSPX Catholic, which his name was Caseman. That's not a big deal, just overall, just life update. So before I even start, I just have to upload this to my good old Telegram. So just go here. Alright. And put back my music here because I like to listen to music. I want to talk about cars. Actually, let's talk about cars. I think we all gotta talk about cars. Okay. Hold on, let me upload this over here. Alright. Alright, there you go. Yeah, no one watches them anyway. Just hobby stuff. All right. So let me actually let me get like a first. We talk about updates to life. Let me write things down because I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit tired. I've been waking up at 4 in the morning, getting at home like at 8, sleep. Okay, I've been pretty busy. Okay, I have a lot of plans now because I have money. Like money can get you a lot of stuff sometimes. I want to do some stuff, but time. You always need money. And you always need time. Money. Well, you can have money, but if you don't have time, then it's sort of like useless. Like there's no time to waste your money. You think about that. All right. So we're gonna do enough life update. We're gonna talk about the debate with Peter Diamond. Just feeling like, what are you? Oh, who's Peter Diamond? Oh my god! Or some people that are like, this PX is actually the best. We'll talk about that, the whole topic, a little bit. Don't worry about it. And then we want to talk about cars because since I'm working with cars, I want to show you. God, I want to talk about. Oh God, I'm tired. I'm going to talk about how to put on a tire into a rim. Okay, not a tire with a rim to a car because you're not going to put a tire in a car. You're going to put a tire with rim in the car. Right? I want to talk about how to put a tire into a rim with the tools you need. I'm not going to show you how because I don't have a camera on and I can't show you because I'm in a room and it's nighttime and I don't have a shop. The shop is like 15 minutes, 30 minutes away from me. So that said, uh, all right. So first things first, the update, life update, right? Uh, Life has been busy. Uh, Very little sleep. Tomorrow, I won't be able to go to mass. Sucks. Reason, I know it sounds like, oh my god, we're committing a sin. Oh my, I'm gonna, I need to go to work. Tomorrow's a busy day because we got a little stuff going on. So, not much of a big deal. Just overall work. Okay, work, just work and work. So for any of those wondering what I do at work, so I had my first. Well, I started. This is my second. Monday, it's gonna be my third week. Sort of my third week. Cause the first it was just like half week. This one was when I did an actual full on Monday to Friday. No, not Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. Saturday. Today I actually got off. But I did some stuff. I got my paycheck. I went to go buy crap. I've been to go fix up my truck a little bit. I have an amplifier in my truck. You know what? Let's just keep that to the third topic, right? Bought some stuff, personal hygiene, just the basic, basic stuff you need. Food, rent, phone bill, logically basic stuff, right? And after that, paycheck was in. Paycheck wasn't the best, right? I mean, you're learning, right? You're freaking learning. You're not gonna get like a 12K paycheck or a 5K paycheck. Like you're doing tires on these heavy equipment stuff. But anyway, so basically, if any of you like, oh, what are you doing on? I'll tell you what I do. So they first letted me do basic, like, okay, here, torque this nut in here while I get a customer or this or that. And then they said, all right, we're gonna make you do tires. All you're gonna do, this entire week, your focus is just gonna put on, 18-wheeler tires. I was like, I know how to jack up a car, before don't go to a job without like zero knowledge of what the hell you're gonna do, right? If you know you're gonna work with cars, at least know a little bit. Like, okay, a car has a motor, it has four wheels, it has nuts, and you need to put on a new tire, or you need to patch a tire when you put on a the tire back on again. There's no reason to take a tire off without doing that. Okay, now we got all right. Okay. All right, what do you got? All right, before we continue, all right. We got what do you think we would do with the Negroes in Hispanic Southwest ethno state? Southwest, so we're talking about California, Nuevo Mexico, Colorado, Colorado, Nevada, uh, Texas. If that if I mean Texas kind of hard, but okay, we're gonna assume that Texas is gonna be this. Okay, but the Negroes. All right, so if we look at Hispanic history, I want to say, historia de Hispanidad or Spain. So Spain didn't really treat the Negro as like a. It did treat him a little bit lower. I think every single like race, okay, not every like European country. Like they would just say, okay, that the Negro is just lower. Like I mean, even today, like we all know, like the Negro is just he's the more cheaper, he's the easy one. He's most people have that mentality because that's really what they sort of do. Like how many black people do you see working with them? Okay, get the Dominican working at a construction site or doing cement jobs, putting on concrete or even doing my job. There's not a single black guy in at my job, right? I mean, it's a hard job. Okay, my back right now is killing me. But to deal with the Negro problem, so the so Spain didn't really treat them worse than other ones. They did treat them better though. Okay, because of Catholic theology, blah blah blah. Right? It didn't. They didn't treat the Negro lower. That's why you have the some people call it mulatto or Zambo. What I hear Zambo, Zambo the cool name, but Zambo ethno state sort of, Dominican Republic and that place, right? But that's not the focus, right? But the focus here is we have this entire realm of the United States, which particularly in a couple years it could be majority Hispanic. Now we need to address some stuff. Majority Hispanic means majority Spanish speakers. And obviously the natural state is if you have both languages that are very majority, you're gonna need more translators, you're gonna have more people that speak Spanish, you're gonna have more people that are sort of inclining towards a Hispanic faith, which is the Catholic faith sort of things. But depending on what type of Negro, there's two types of Negro. There's a Hispanic Negro, and then there's like the Anglo Negro. The Anglo Negro, like I met different types of these black people. Right? Like there's two types. There's either full on gangster, idiotic person. He's kind of lazy. He just overall what you think of a a black guy. You know the memes on in Telegram or whatever the heck you see them. That's majority of the Negroes. But then I went to a black neighborhood a couple of days ago. Not a couple of days ago, like a month or two ago. I fixed up a restroom back then when I worked at remodeling. And I mean, these guys were rich. I mean, they didn't. They look this neighborhood. It looked like a white neighborhood, but it was just full blacks. They were all blacks. So if you think about it, the only solution, the solution or the problem to the Negro is if we have an Hispanic ethno state, which I mean, technically speaking, we already have. But we're talking about America. The solution would be to either, okay, you're black, you either submit to Hispanic culture or just get out. Like that's really that's really the solution here. Either be in there or just get out. Well, that's really the only logical conclusion there. You you can't you can't have a Hispanic ethno state and then have a bunch of these people that act like the modern black person. Unless you give out the thing that, okay, you need to be an Hispanic. Which, I mean, technically speaking, we already have done that solution. I mean, just look at Dominican Republic or a majority black or mulatto place. I mean, and they go here most of the time. They're not hardworking. They want to get the easy jobs. They want to be more, like, oh, now I live in America. Look at me. Oh my God, look at me. I'm better, right? That's how these people think. I think that's what I think. I mostly like not trying to be like some racist, oh. But if you see that usually these people, we already tried that in Latin America, and it failed miserably. Because if you, I mean, you can compare any, like, okay, let's say like a norteño, and you compare like Dominican Republic, like most of the cases you're gonna see norteño just working his ass off, or the Dominican Republic, el dominicano, sorry, just nah, just no. And if even yeah, I used to live in Wisconsin. Okay, here's like an example, personal example. I used to live in Wisconsin. We had dairy farms. My parents and the majority of the people working in the dairy farm were Hispanic. But what part? They were Mexicanos. Everyone knows Mexicanos most of the time, and really the majority, are hardworking. Americans know this. Most Americans know this. These people, they know that we're working our ass off most of the time. Like they know, like we're gonna get shit done in like like fast. Like, okay, but since we left, right, there was still majority Mexicano. We left, moved here, Texas, right? Cool. More Hispanic area. There, right. That's another story. We went back, used to visit because I have an aunt over there. We went to go visit, but now this farm is no longer. It's still majority Hispanic. Like there's still their base is still like Hispanic because like there's rarely any like American that wants to work in the cold ass winter in almost 12-hour shift. Like no, in like $12 an hour. Like, that's really bad. Like personally thinking, and these are cows. I mean, you're working all day. Like, in a 10-minute lunch break, mind you, and you don't get paid for that. Okay, you don't get paid that hour. You get 10 minutes off every shift. Anyway, so we go there, and then the farm is like, It's going on decline." I was like, well, why is it going on decline? Like, we were going like way up, way up. They expanded. It used to be a small farm. They bought more land and they expanded. They had like 2,000 cows milking them daily. 2,000 cows. Sorry, 2,000 each day. 1,000 today will milk these. The next 1,000 will milk these. And what was the problem that the farm was declining? It was the people, the workers. Who were the workers? They were from, not trying to say like, oh, the Hispanics are bad. No, no. Okay, most of them, Salvador, from Nicaragua and Salvador. Hondurans were still doing pretty good. They were doing pretty good. But the the whole idea was that when these people came in here, they wanted higher pay, they wanted to do less work, and they wanted the job to be easy. So you see there's certain places where some Hispanics are more like the Negro, in some places some Hispanics are more like they like, we don't give a crap, we just want a job. Okay, most of the time those are Mexicanos or de Peru, right, etc. But most of the time it just depends, really. Like, really, that's just a personal experience. I'm not gonna say every single person is like that. I can tell you so many examples of Mexicanos being absolute lazy cocks. Okay, multiple, multiple. For example, one of my aunts, like literally my aunt, would sleep late and not go to work and say, "Oh, I'm sick," and just not show to work anymore. And another one, this we call them El Gordo. This guy would literally work for like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna buy the whole world 1 month. Next month, he just does not show up to work anymore. He's like, "No, I quit the job. I'm sorry. I got a better job." He had no job. He was lazy. He was a lazy cunt. So I mean, there, there's a much example. This is family, okay? Okay, people that I know, not just random individuals. Anyway, back on. So, okay, right. The Negro solution. The Negro solution. Once we ranted, the Negro solution either the Negro either has to get out, because we already did this. We already did it when the Dominican Republic. We already know what happened there. And what basically happened was they're still Hispanic, but they still tend to have their Negro characteristics, their Negro thinking. You could say, well, that's good, that's bad. I really say there's no really big, you know, like, okay, if you're Negro, here are the benefits. If you're not, here are the okay. Right now, being the Indio, the Castillo, whatever the heck you want to call them, Corrillo, whatever, in the Mestizo, that's a perfect combination, right? We obviously still need, got the Zambos, these are like more smaller people. They could be in this ethno state, but they need to know, like, okay, this is majority Mestizo, whatever the heck you want to call them, Mestizo and Indio. And usually the Indios and the Mestizos are pretty hardcore most of the time, like me or other people. Like Mestizos use like this, like, oh, I'm a simp for America. Most of them do. Let's be honest here. Right. The Zambos are pretty base though. The Zambos are pretty base. I'm gonna say that. I met most Zambos. They're pretty good. They don't really care like, oh yeah, like I got curly hair, but I'm not black. Like they don't really care about their race. They're like, I don't give a crap. So yeah. Then the full blooded Negroes, like the gangsters, like, okay, look at L.A. Compton, right? Okay, no, like just no. Though they hate us, and in order to love, we need to hate. Okay, logically speaking, if they hate us, then we must hate them back because we love Hispanic. We love our Hispanic culture. We love our food. I mean, who doesn't love our food? We love our food. We love our woman. We love our alcohol. We love our history, our culture. you know. And in order to love, we need to hate. So we need to hate the enemy. We need to hate the thing that wants to destroy our culture in order to have our culture. So if the majority of the Negroes do not submit to Hispanic culture, we just kick them out, or we gotta, either try our best and try to work around with. But usually, I don't really. I think the Hispanic has more closeness to like a Spaniard or to an Italian, not the British, a Spaniard or to an Italian than any, like Northern European and Negro. The only good Negro I would say are like the more knowledge Negroes, which those are rare. I only met a couple, but those are rare. But they exist. So yeah, that's my take there. It probably a wrong take. I might be wrong. I might have like, oh no, you're totally stupid. You're totally incorrect. That's like the stupidest take ever. I'm not an expert on that take. I never thought about that question until now. Usually I just say like, look, this majority is gonna be Hispanic. Well, that's all I care, right? I don't care, right? If the Negro has to stay, whatever. Venezuelan zombies are the worst though. I never met a Venezuelan zombie. I think I met one, maybe one or two, and they were weird looking. They had the Venezuela shirt. It's kind of weird though. But they were really skinny too. They were like tall and skinny. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you're really tall and you're like puro hueso, bro, get some weight, bro. Like I'm not puro hueso, okay? Like I'm skinny, but I'm not like talking hueso, bro. Okay? Like I got some, I have some mass. Speaking of that, life update. Back to the topic. I got a gym membership now. It's literally near my house. Start working out and get my protein and get my workout routine together. They fill Chile with crime along with Haitians. Oh yeah, Haitians. I'm talking about Haitians. I don't know what the hell the problem with Haitians are, because I heard the Dominicano, they say like, oh, Haitians are like the I'm not gonna say that word right. Okay. But they're the N-word of Hispanic culture. I'm like, are they even Hispanic? Like I'm not even sure really. I really don't know. Like, are they Hispanic or are they not? Because I know it's just like a little part of the island. It's like a little own ethno state, and they're like savages or something. That like I hear people say like those guys are animals. Like we hate them. Like this guy, I forgot his name, Chivo, whatever the frick this guy is. I'll tell you right now, Chivo does not look like your average Dominican. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've never seen his videos though. Like I only seen him in memes, but like Chivo sounds smart, but I think like his followers are like this retarded replacement thing. Like it's almost like the Wignet, right? Chivo followers. Chivo isn't. Chivo goes hard sometimes though, but he has like a short temper. Like he gets mad real quick. Haitians want to claim the Latino and part of us like the savage Dominicans who blackwash our culture. Yeah, well, the only okay, so I don't I only met like 5 or 10 Dominicanos like in my course of where I live. Most of the time they are black, right? Because that's Anglo Anglo slavery, yada yada yada, right? Because the Dominican should be like a mestizo, technically speaking, right? There was no Africans and when Columbus came here, like, oh look, African, oh my God, how did the Africans got here? No, like the Africans got there because of Anglos. Okay, uh, now the only thing I want to say bad about Dominican Republic, like just look at the music they produce or the dance. Okay, so it sort of think like, okay, so if you're an American, like like a güero, right? And you look at like what is black culture? Well, I mean it's rap, twerking, okay, rap, twerking, KFC, and and jewelry. Okay, that's like what's like exotically expensive jewelry. Then you like, okay, well, what's the Dominican culture? Hispanic culture. Well, Hispanic culture will be very different. But let's look at topic, right? Dominican culture, twerking. I mean, the skin is equal, right? Almost equal. I mean, almost equal. But anyway, twerking, the music. I'm not even sure Bad Bunny is on Dominican. If he is, I'm not gonna be surprised. Okay, but I mean, I do know that bachata. No, I don't. I don't. But I wanna. I wanna. I would not want to bet bachata is from there. Because if it is, but I think bachata is from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Puerto is Porto. Puerto Rico. That's how Americans would say. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. That's how I say it. Anyway, so right. Twerking, rap, jewelry, and big butts. Okay. Because I do know. Yeah, Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico. Yeah, bachata. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I gotta okay, Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico. I'm not surprised either. Okay. Puerto Rico actually has a lot of Negroes too. Okay, so surprise, no one. That's where Bad Bunny came. In Bachata, Dominican Republic. I mean, but Bachata, like I have listened to Bachata. Like my mom had back then, listened to Bachata a lot. There were like the beat is fine. It's just the meaning of the music. I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. His name was El General. El General. Now he isn't from Dominican Republic, so you don't need to be from you don't need to be a Dominican to say the Negro Hispanic or just the Negro in the ethno state that becomes a Hispanic. He will be like a norteño, right? Because I mean, the whole like if you go to norte de Mexico, right? What is it? Like corridos, it's cowboy sort of drip, right? Vaquero, mariachi, the typical, masculine. And usually they're lighter skin, they're taller, right? Most of the time, I'm not gonna say all of them. Most of the time, the average. That's what it is, right? And bigote, right? You have to have bigote. DF, no está como DF, la ciudad, CDMX. I mean, CDMX is just like I mean, a lot of people hate that place. I don't, I really don't know what to say about that place. It's a weird place. Anyway, you go to Centro de Mexico, right? You still got like that norteño feeling, but you you have a little bit different. It's sort of like a mixture, right? Like Veracruz, Nuevo León, I think is still norte, maybe, right? But like Veracruz, uh, Santa Marta, I think there's a place called Santa Marta, something like that. That's more central. That one's like a mix. Like you still see like bigotes, but you still see Indio character. It's like a mix. That's like a good place to go to Mexico. It's like what truly means a mix, right? And then you go like souther, it's more native. But when you go a little bit more souther, you're usually gonna see the Negro Hispanic or the el mulato or el zambo, whatever the heck you want to call them. So this guy called El General, he was black, right? Oh, no, not black, a Negro Hispanic, right? But he's from, well, I want to say he's from Nicaragua. Nicaragua is also there. There's a big proportion of Negro Hispanics or whatever you want to call them. And I mean, you don't need, you just have to have that blood, the Negro blood, and it's all the criterias. that I mentioned, twerking, sexualization, and if you someone called me. No, okay. Now I can look stuff up right here. If I go here, I'm not gonna pull it up in the freaking screen because I'm just too lazy. Right. Well, actually, I will. I will just to piss someone off. Okay. And look, if you don't want to see this, don't look at it at all. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, like back then, this would be disturbing. Nowadays, it's like, what are you talking about? Like this is like, look at it's still normal. Like if you look at people like if you heard of so that nowadays Panama, okay, Panama. I always forget Panama exists. Panama, I forgot the Panama Canal. Dang it, man, Panama. I forgot Panama exists. But anyway, back to the topic. So general, right? If you look at a video, okay, so rica y apretadita, right? I mean, just look at that, like, just look at the name. It's like, when you listen to this music, you're thinking of, pain. So I mean, just look at the dance. Just look at the dance. Like I'm just, I don't have, I don't have, I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on a sec. Give me a second. Okay, hold on. No, no. Okay, there you go. All right. I mean, just look at this. All right, rica y apretadita HD. Okay, it's HD. Okay, has a million, almost 2 million views. But if you don't know this guy has pretty good drip though. Pretty, pretty, pretty good drip. But I mean, you can see he's not from Dominica Republica. He's not from Puerto Rico. He's from Panama. And Panama is not a majority Negro Hispanic culture. It's still majority like native and mestizo. Very little or actual like castizos or corrillo, whatever you want to call them. Right. We're gonna look at this one, okay? We're gonna look at rica y apretadita. Okay. Okay. And if it basically means, you're good and you're so basically for those wondering, when you put it in in the pussy, whatever like you want to call it, right? It could be loose or it could be tight, 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 tight. And this guy is saying like it's okay. Let's just watch the video. Right? I'm not sure you get the audio though, and I'm sorry. So basically, so as you can see, I don't think she's a Negro Hispanic though. But I'm honestly, it's a good song. It's a good song because she's singing it, all right? And it's a catchy song. Okay, Bad Bunny makes catchy songs. uh, Karol Jean, women nowadays listen to like Karol Jean, which is like twerking music. Karol Jean like this blue or red hair, all plastic surgery girl or something. I don't know. But if you look at the characteristics of the Negro Hispanic, it's almost the same as the characteristics of the Negro Negro Anglo American. So I mean, really, like you start getting to the bottom of this, and it's like you can't do anything. But anyway, uh, so I mean, look. So if this guy actually, I saw an interview of him. He said that his conscience, like, it would not let him go to sleep because this guy was actually very religious back then, and now he is. But anyway, so he's looking at like his ass, whatever, right? And I mean, if you look at this today, right, like this isn't horrible. Like the man isn't, the girl isn't like almost naked, right? And I'll show you. This is what it show. Okay, this is like the 80s, the 90s, right? So I mean, she sings really good. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, catchy. So okay, okay, let's just skip it to the point. Right? They're not. They're not. You know what? They're not doing crazy dances yet. They're just like singing. They're still dancing normally, sort of. You know, today, what that would be called normal dancing, right? Just moving. But that would be considered twerking, right? Like, you know, doesn't even too much connection on there, right? Still normal, still completely normal. And it could be on the TV, maybe that's why. But okay, let's just get to like the parts, right? So you can see not much, not much. Okay, but you know, like right. I mean, the song it says right. This is a sexual song. Okay, you know, this is like to you know you're bang your woman, right? Salsa's nice origin from Cuba. Oh, Panama does have a huge amount of. So okay, hold on. Panama has a huge amount of Negro. Okay, they didn't know that, but I would assume like majority, like still majority. Like I would say like 80%, 70 at least would be mestizo. Assuming. Salsa's nice. Yes, salsa's nice. Like salsa isn't full on sexual. Like it is. It's not sexual. It's a little bit, but there's good salsa, which is like it's like a love story, and you dance. It's a little shaky, sexually, but the songs are not, and that's fine. I mean, if you look at it like every dance, you're moving your butt. Okay, you're moving your cadera. If you can understand. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with salsa. I really don't see a big problem. What else is it? Search up Ray Barreto. All right, before I search up Ray Barreto, uh, yeah, bad bunny here. There's a guy. There's a girl called. Okay, so we already showed you an example, right? This isn't too bad, but we're gonna look at Carol Jean. Okay, her name is Carol Jean. Okay, here it is. Okay, so and now we look at this. Okay, now again, I think she's Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico. But I'm gonna assume she's Dominican. Look at the video. Okay, so obviously here we're showing. So now you know. So now you know. Now, okay, yeah, okay, we had enough. We had. Okay, as you can see there, that's ultimately the destination of the Negro. And at one point, it could be just full on nudes. Okay, pray to God it's not. Okay, I'm so tired right now. Pray to God it's not. It doesn't get to that point. But I mean, it could. I mean, there's sometimes the clothes it gets wet and you can see it. I mean, it doesn't matter. So who are we gonna look up again? Ray Barreto. Okay, who is this Ray Barreto? I think I heard of him. Salsa. Yes, yes, I heard of this guy. That's indestructible. Oh, Superman. Sure, that's actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. This is dance. This is like normal dancing music. This is good. Oh yeah. Look up a video. There's a video. No, it's just him. Okay, it is. Is this even? Hold on a sec. See, this is This is sana, or music that is sano. There's no, there's no bullcrap of twerking. And if you can see the difference, where is the Negro? I mean, like, where is the Negro Hispanic, or where's the black guy? Mustache, slightly long hair, right? No Negro, no Negro, no Negro anywhere. Mustache or beard, slightly long hair. I mean, the long hair that was like 80s. So I mean, and even him, like, right. But I mean, it's just common sense, right? Either the Negro has to fully change its ways, lose its roots, basically, of the Negro roots, and become Hispanic, or just not become Hispanic at all. Because I mean, we already seen what has happened. So I'm not gonna say all of them are bad, and the good ones can stay. There's nothing wrong with that. But as a guy said once, and I mean, he had a point. A lot of people have to die. It's just, and it could be me. Hopefully not, but it could be me. So that's that. I mean, we can look here like Julio. Here it is. Julio, I don't know how to meet you. Right. Great music. Great music. I mean, here's a movie. They made a movie of it. Right. Nothing gets a movie. Where's the Negro? There's no Negro here. No Negro anywhere. And these are just photos of him. No Negro anywhere. Okay. It you just have to. I mean, it's common sense. Like, okay, if you put a Negro, this is the music you get. But I'm not gonna say there's bad types of Negro. You can look up, for example, like Chuck Berry. Okay. Now, at the time, Chuck Berry was like this, like this, this person that was very bad. A lot of white kids. This was like the 50s. Rock and roll was like that was the Negro music back then. Okay. So I mean, you gotta think about that. You probably heard of a really really good one. You can look, for example, no, oh, no particular place to go. Right nowadays, this doesn't sound. This is like a pretty good song. It's not bad. That said, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but you need to know that it's sexually, technically, it's kind of sexual. Okay, like I mean, we can look at him. I mean, he's a white guy, right? And if you don't know, Elvis Pierce was also like the reason why he was controversial was because he would act in the Negro faction, in a Negro way, like movements and the song, like rock and roll. You get the point. This isn't really a bad Negro song because he was. I mean, this is pretty good, but that's in like at the end of the day, you're gonna get really bad music. Search of Hector Lavoe, El Todopoderoso, Alabama, so they can marry their sisters. Hector Lavoe. Okay. Hector Lavoe is that El Todopoderoso. Yeah, see, no Negro. That's okay. We're gonna pretend we didn't see that. En vivo. See where okay. Here's one Negro, okay? One. Okay, here might be another one. There you go. But they're not the head. Remember that. Look at these moves. Absolute chat. Ooh. Hold on. Let's look at the actual song. Okay, hold on. Lo entrevista. Look at that, actually. That one comes up here. Okay. I think I had enough. I was about to sleep. Alright. So, hold on a sec. Hold up. So, in conclusion, in conclusion, because I'm tired. I'm about to go to sleep, man. In conclusion, the idea is in order to either the Negro has to fully convert to Hispanic culture or just not assimilate at all. We already see what it does. We don't need to do another social experiment of, oh, well, oh, let's let all the American Anglos and let's mix with them. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. We can mix with them, I guess. If you want to mix with them, go on. Personally, not me. I'm not gonna be judging you on that part. Now, if you want to date a Dominican, go ahead. I don't mind. But we need to all realize or agree that it has its consequences. That's consequences it has. Therefore, I wouldn't recommend. So for the American Negroes, either they have to assimilate hard, and they have to assimilate hard, or just send them to Alabama and let them, or go send them to hiatus. Be like uh, Martinez here, Brandon Martinez. Just send them to Africa. Okay. All right, that's it. I'm really tired. I have to go to sleep. So good night, everyone. Oh wait, hold on. Putting them back to West Africa. Hey man, whatever, man. Like I think some of them are can be saved. Some of them can still be saved, but not all of them. Not all of them. The majority. It's like majority. Sometimes majority of the Indios, like sometimes the Indios are kind of controversial. Like the Indios are like 50%, like they're pretty good, and then 50% are just cagados, bro. Like toro cagados. 'Cause I met so many. While the mestizo, majority of them could probably still survive, like in an earthquake. Put like 50 Indios, 50 mestizos, and 50 Negro Hispanics or Negroes in general. And you put, hey, you guys got to survive in a group. You would probably see the Indios and the mestizos probably still have a good amount of people still alive than like the Negro part. That's what I was saying. Maybe the Indio could survive more because of the Indio instinct, if they still have that. But that you still see all the Castillo. I mean, like most Castillos are just like babies. I mean, they're weird. They're weird. Weird. Just like they're cool. They're still mestizo, but I mean, I mean, they're like the mestizo, but like the white version. Actual balanced mestizos are the master race and were merchants that took India land. Oh, really? Total, total mestizo victory. Total Hispanic victory. All right, there you go. There you go. The Salvaguacho mestizos led the Argentina independent. Yeah, so many of these like Americans are like, oh, it was only Spaniards that took over Latin America. I was like, no, it wasn't. It was mestizos too. Like, come on. Like, you think it was just Spaniards taking over all this land? No, it was mestizos too. Like, come on, man. Like, really? But yeah, yeah, the mestizo, like the balanced mestizo. I want to say like the balanced mestizo. Like if you're like 80% native and then 20%, that's not balance. Okay, balance would be like 50 or 60, 65 at best of something majority. That would be balance. But if you're like 80% Iberian, and then you're like, well, 1% Jewish or 1% French, and then the rest is like native something something, right? That ain't balanced, right? You need to be balanced, and I do believe that the mestizos truly is like the master, but the master of the master race is total hyperborea. All right, anyway, I'll go to sleep now. All right, have a good night or good day, whatever, and God be with you all. Oh wait, hold on. I even Indios LARP. So true, so true. That's like the horrible LARP. That is the horrible LARP, bro. Indios try to LARP as like Negro sometimes. All right, all right. Oh yeah. Good night. Good night.